So you guys know what this class is about, right?
These 7th grade students in New Orleans are getting a lesson about sex.
We cover HIV, other sexually transmitted infections. We also cover contraceptive methods, safer sex practices.
We'll talk about that a little bit later.
But classes like this are rare in Louisiana's public schools. The state leaves it up to local school boards to decide whether to teach sex education. And if they do, they're required to emphasize abstinence.
But that's not good enough. Normally,
Even with the state's HIV infection rate triple the national average and teen pregnancy among the highest in the country, efforts to widen the sex education curriculum have repeatedly failed.
I think this is crucial and is vitally important.
For the past 5 years, State Representative Wesley Bishop has sponsored bills that would put Louisiana in line with 22 other states that mandate some type of sex education. Bishop is pushing for a comprehensive curriculum in middle and high schools that includes ways to prevent pregnancy and avoid sexually transmitted infections.
For the Committee on House and Government.
Most recently, he narrowed his proposal to just include his New Orleans district. That, too, was rejected.
We're doing a very poor job of providing information to our young people, and then young people left to their own devices are making bad choices.
The resistance has mainly come from powerful conservative and Catholic groups in Louisiana who feel schools should only teach abstinence. Others insist schools have no business teaching anything about sex.
I firmly believe that that's the parent's job, and it's my right. And it's my right as a parent to decide when my child is old enough to handle that information.
While there's no sex ed mandate in Louisiana, schools are allowed to offer their own programs, but most don't, either because of the controversy or a lack of resources and training.
What can you guys tell me about the anatomy?
A few school boards have called on local health nonprofits to teach sex education, but parents can opt their children out. 17-year-old Brittany Firstly's school offered it as an elective. She says it was eye-opening.
We actually put on a condom on a model. They taught us about contraceptive methods, things like that. And they also gave us that abstinence option.
An $8 million federal grant will allow one program run by the Institute of Women and Ethnic Studies to eventually reach 4,000 students in schools that want comprehensive sex education. Still, that's a small fraction of students across the state.
Definitely there is a need, and we've seen a sustained and in some areas an increased need and a demand.
With Louisiana set to elect a new governor and legislators this month, Representative Bishop hopes he'll finally get the support to mandate sex education, something that's been tough in this religious red state. Jonathan Martin, Al Jazeera, New Orleans.